Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s.
All right, we're back. Danny.
Brendan.
So I just double checked that the mics are working. So we had this discussion a little bit for about 30 seconds. But
I just still want to say,
yeah,
fuck you to Patrick Mahomes. So we just watched them lose to the Buffalo Bills, who are in our conference.
yep.
Couldn't have happened to a better team. Paul Gentile, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. I go through this every single Saturday. We'll get into that with Notre Dame, but I hate KC. Currently, KC Chiefs, they're on the hit list for me. It's not because I promise you, it's not because like they're a very good team right now, and they are. I give credit where it's due.
Sure.
They just have something about them, and it has to do with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid's fucking stupid mustache. Listen, you guys were terrible for years. I'm glad you're having it. Everyone deserves their moment, right?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I am a firm believer in that. I just happen to have 20 years with the best human ever named Tom Brady. Right now, he's not doing so well.
Talk about this is perfect for our show tonight. I didn't even think about that.
Right now, he's not doing so well.
Yeah, by the way, we're gonna get the subject of the show tonight, and I gotta give a shout out. My boy Danny Baker, I was with him last night, and he was like, "Dude, he's like, I have an idea for a show topic," and we had nothing planned yet.
No, we actually never do have a plan top until like hours beforehand.
But he was like, I think he said he was driving down like wherever, and he saw like an ad for Flow Rider for like the Agganis Arena, and he's like, "Fall from grace," like people for the fall from grace.
The topic of discussion with like my friends is like whenever you drive by Town Line Inn or like the Lynn Auditorium and you see somebody that like T.I. was at the Lynn Auditorium. It's like, why? T.I. had a great career.
Dude, he was fucking like a big deal.
Yeah.
Huge deal.
And he was at the Lynn Auditorium. And it's, listen, that might be peak performance for some people, and that's a good job.
Sure.
But sometimes, like when you go to the Lynn Auditorium after you sold out stadiums, it's not the best look. But listen, T.I. had like 1,400 kids.
Dude, the problem is
child sport's tough.
Here's the problem for the rap game and people like when we talk about the fall from grace. We'll get to different people that it's happened to, but the problem is that like rap is a lot different than other forms of music, where like the way the beats are made and everything change as time goes on.
Of course.
So like what's cool one day just isn't in style in like 5 years later. Right?
Here's the problem. I know, and don't take this the wrong way. I imagine you're not up to game with like the rap game now.
You could be asking me like, am I up to game of like Russian oligarchs and the size of their yachts? Like that's how much knowledge I have on that.
So right now, like the big thing is like it's called drill music, and it's basically, in layman's terms, it's like you rapping, and I hate to even use that word because it's not. I always love lyrics, right?
Yeah.
This is blatant, like. I'm going to your neighborhood and shooting you directly in front of your fucking parents in the face. Like, it's just like blatant fucking crime. And these people are getting caught left and right on RICO charges, left and right.
Jesus.
It's fucking stupid. But that's what rap is now.
Yeah.
So they're not making it as far as like summer jams and like, that's not a thing anymore because people are getting killed left and right. And it's like, that part's not funny, but like, you're pretty much giving yourself a ticket to jail doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like very, very popular right now. And it sucks because like, it's not even like it's a catchy beat or anything like, it's just not.
Yeah,
it's not
just
fun.
like the drama of it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
And the worst part about it is people listen to it for the drama.
Yeah.
They're like, who's dying next?
Yeah.
Sucks. Stop doing it.
Which has been around for a while, obviously, but
Dude,
but not to that level of like
DJs won't even play the music.
Really?
It's crazy because like people are really getting killed. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Over nonsense. You don't own the fucking land, pal.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit, but I have to say too, like my life has changed drastically with my son, like in the last just like year, because he's into football now, and like last year he played football, loved it, but like still had zero interest in watching football, Nothing, right? Today, this was my day today. Got up at like 8, right? He's been sick. No COVID. Not that that fucking matters, but whatever. So we took a little. He's like, "Oh, I want to head up to Lynn Fells. Let's go hit the woods, like walk around a little bit, like get some fucking air." He's been in his room for like 4 days. So we went up there, did that for like an hour, and then me and him laid on the couch. He laid one way. I was on the other side of the couch for fucking like 8 hours, just watching the Pats and then Red Zone. And Maggie is like, "What? Like, are you gonna do anything today?" And I'm like, No. I'm like, I'm fucking. This is, and by the way, now I have like, I'm doing it with him technically.
Yeah.
So like, I can get away with it a lot easier.
Bonding.
You know what I mean?
It's
yeah,
bonding.
we're bonding. Yeah. He's like, we're watching Red Zone, like having the fuck. He came like right before you got here. He came out, was like, "Did you see the end of the Bills game?" Like, and I'm like, "Let's fucking go."
That's the best.
You know what I mean?
That's the best. Yesterday, I did bonding with a whole bunch of other miserable parents, and we were at a cheer competition at Methuen High. I thought we were going to see my guy.
Oh, LD.
Can I tell you something about Methuen High? It might as well be Notre Dame. It's fucking
I heard it's beautiful, right?
Massive.
You know what's funny? My father was just talking about this the other night.
Dude, I don't know. It's like on this like little like back roads of Chronicle Street. You take a right and then you just see a school.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, it's a school. That's like one part of it.
Yeah.
So we walk in, because it says like main entrance. We walk in, we see cheerleaders, blah, blah, blah. We walk in, there's a fucking ice rink, and there's kids playing hockey. It's a cheer competition with 100 fucking girls.
Yeah.
And I walk in the one door where there's boys that reek, and they're playing hockey. And I go, "Hey, am I in the right spot?" And like I saw cheerleaders, I was like, "I know I'm not far."
Yeah.
It's like finding Carmen San Diego or Waldo. You know what I mean? It was just fucking. And I go, "All right, well, I'm definitely in the right building." And the hockey parents looked horrified, like they were in the wrong spot because
Yeah.
it was overwhelmed with cheer parents.
Yeah.
There is no one, myself included, worse than a cheer parent. You can name any sport on earth. No one is worse than cheer parents. Nobody. They are fucking loud, obnoxious. They want a whole row to themselves. Everyone sits at their own town, which obviously, right?
Yeah.
You got to, and like, I know this because I'm a cheer dad. You need to have crowd participation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like part of the score.
Oh, God.
So like,
Sounds awful.
So like, I can tell you right now, and I don't even know if they place because it's so fucking different now as far as
Yeah.
like scoring. But Bill Ricca was out of this world with every fucking town out there for whatever reason. Like it's like you're supposed to shut the fuck up when Chelmsford's out there
Yeah.
or Malden, whoever, and they were just yelling. I'm like, you guys need fucking Valium. Like, calm down. It's crazy, but it was. I was kind of jealous of it though because a lot of them had like two parents there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just overwhelmed with like Bill Ricca. Shout out to Bill Ricca. You guys have great parents. But it was just also obnoxious.
Bill Rick is intense people. By the way, and I'm saying that with love.
I was here today.
I'm saying that with love.
Yo, it's it's a kind of a jealousy factor. I've said this before.
Yeah.
Pop Warner itself, because like I'm on both sides of it, but obviously more for football because I coach my son. But today we were in Bill Ricca. This is a true story. We were at a place called Marshall Middle School.
Yep.
And we had to be there by 10:15. I want the record to show. You know how I'm with Puerto Ricans?
Yeah.
First one's there today.
Nice.
Unbelievable, right?
Well, it's because you're an Irish guy.
I told them, I think I told Chrissy we had to be there at like 8:30. But regardless, we get there and they were like, we didn't have Bailey, my 4-year-old who's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And we didn't have my oldest because she went to Screamfest after her competition yesterday. So it was only Brendan and the youngest one.
Yeah.
So one carriage, I had 2 kids that I carpooled, and Joe, my man Joe, remember my man
Yep.
Joe?
Yep.
Him and his brother.
Yep.
We carpooled, and we get up there, and we start walking, no big deal. Then all of a sudden, I see fucking Christy, my daughter, in the carriage, in a fucking shuttle on a John Deere. Dude, they have a shuttle because it's so like the parking lot is
Yeah,
so
it's
far
so big. Yeah.
far away from the field. I'm not. I don't think this
It's a
person.
fucking John Deere tractor.
I'm not kidding. They were doing laps around picking up parents coming back. Their system is down to a fucking T.
Yeah.
I had the loaded fries today.
Yep.
lights out.
Really?
Dude, Bill Ricker does it right. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they make their parents like sign a waiver form like you're joining a cult.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It was nuts. But we got the dub today anyways.
Yeah, nice,
So we got
nice.
the dub. 8-0. It was a battle.
Speaking of
One of the last fields that are still grass, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we played them in lacrosse a couple times. By the way, they like I've said this before. They bucked the trend on the fact that like the richer the town, the better the lacrosse.
Yeah.
Bill Ricker is a bunch of savages. Like,
Dude, they
are
just
fucking nasty.
I listen. Their parents listen. They get the right fucking. You give credit where it's due,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Bill Ricker has it down pat.
Yeah.
Bill Ricker has it down pat, and people would say whatever they want. Do I ever want to move to Bill Ricker? Not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Once I see Route 3, I'm like, awesome. I'm in Iowa.
Yeah.
I have no idea where I
I'm the
am.
same.
But they have it down to a system where they're like, listen, you have to. And I've talked to a few people about this, and I know Paul Doobie, who I seen today, hugged him.
Nice.
Right?
I got it.
He actually asked me out for dinner next Monday with the Pats game. I might take him up on that.
Nice.
But they have. I'm gonna fuck this up. He's gonna chime in, but they have to do so many volunteer hours as a parent, which I think is a great idea.
It's great.
It's a great idea.
That's like when you're in
you
one
know
of
how
those
many
countries
parents?
that you got to go to the army. for a
Dude,
couple
you know,
years.
no, but you know this, right? You drop your fucking kid off, and a lot of people think it's just a daycare for a couple hours.
Yeah, I hate those people.
Yeah. Paul Doobie has been on record saying, you got something problem with me? Here's a Corey form. You fucking coach.
Yeah,
Genius idea.
I love it. Yeah.
Genius idea.
Yeah.
So they have it down pat. They have 100 people working this concession stand. She's like, oh, the fries are going to be ready for a few minutes. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. That's
Yeah.
cool. They have steak and cheese. They had the whole fucking 9, right? It was awesome. It was a great time.
Yep.
The shuttle was unbelievable. I thought it was an encore. Like,
By the way, you know what's funny is we went, like I said, this morning, I'm like, all right, yeah, let's go take a hike. We got up Linfellas Woods. By the way, this is when we talk about the difference between Malden and Melrose people.
Yep.
Here's the difference right here. I'm out hiking like a crunchy fucking loser. Anyways, I could see a clearing where I'm sure you could see Boston. Like, I'm like, let's walk up there and check it out. I've never been to this part of the Fells Woods. Walk up. The first thing you can see is just Encore in your grill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I'm like, awesome. like what a fucking sight. You know what I mean?
dude, it was it's by the way, speaking of Malden and Melrose, and I'm not using this as like a dig to Melrose, I promise.
Sure.
Malden teachers might be on strike tonight.
Really?
And part of it is the reason because like I don't want to give out business, but Melrose, which we border each other.
Yep.
Melrose teachers make $8,000 more than what Malden does.
Sure.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm with the teachers, dude.
Let
you
me
know
tell
that.
you- let me tell you-
Guess what? My son's with the teachers too. Want to know why?
Because he wants a day off.
It's a day
Yeah,
off.
dude. I'll tell you right now. I'll just say it. My mother taught in the Melrose school system.
Yeah.
Place is a fucking crumbling. It like Rome is burning right now. Like half the fucking the internet hasn't worked in a month.
Do you know what
the internet doesn't work at this place?
For real?
None of the internet works.
As of
they
like
can't figure it out.
Like today,
no, like as of like every day it goes down, and then my daughter's like, "Oh, I watch Moana all day in like class because there's nothing."
so
to
I
do.
texted a teacher today to try to get some info, like
Yep.
see what was going on. They've been in there since now. Again, what time is it right now? So it's 8:21 p.m.
Yep.
They've been in negotiations since 8:30 this morning.
Yep.
Still haven't come to an agreement.
Yep.
They denied. I want to make that very clear. Door jams for classrooms in case of a shooter.
That was Jesus Christ,
$7 they cost.
dude.
That's
That's
fucking
infuriating.
mind-boggling
It's
to me.
infuriating. You know what's infuriating? Like,
It's infuriating that we have to talk about it. Number
Yeah.
one, that's
Yeah.
infuriating.
Yes.
Because that's a thing now.
Yep.
It's more infuriating that you said no.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's ludicrous. It's the one thing that you should be like, that's an auto. Auto, yes. We don't want these kids to
$7
die.
a classroom.
Yeah, we don't want these kids to die.
Right?
That would be a preferable. Yeah.
I mean, like, where else can you spend $7 and hide it? In quote, you know what I mean? Fucking spend them goddamn door jams, please.
dude, I could whatever. I don't want to sit here and talk about town politics on the Melrose
it's
side of
fucking
things, but I'm
nuts.
like, I get so. Just,
I ride with the
and I
teachers,
get it.
though.
And by the way, just as you said about the Corey thing,
Yeah.
I do agree with this. Like one of my buddies, like, hey, sign up for try to run for school committee if you want to do that. Now, I'm
Right.
like, if you think I'm running for school committee, you have got fucking Richie slush between your ears
No,
because there's
dude,
no fucking question.
There,
I'm never doing
there
that.
is and it's been a couple of years now, but this might have been like back when Vine was popping. There's a great one where like a woman is in a Walmart, Target, whatever, and she's in like the school section. She's recording herself and she goes, "You guys want to give shit to teachers?" And she just starts whipping out nips and she's drinking them. She goes, "You guys are my best friend. Whatever you want. You want napkins? You want fucking Sharpies? What flavor you want?" And
Yeah.
like, it was fucking great. Dude, teachers are your best friends. And they make dick for money.
They make nothing. They make
Zero,
nothing. It
they
sucks.
do it because they fucking want to make sure, even though their Common Core math is a fucking travesty.
Yes, I agree.
Sucks.
I agree.
2 + 2 is still 4.
Yeah.
Somehow it takes you 15 minutes to teach that.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. If you go to Asia, it's still the same numbers, right?
Yes.
Math is math.
Math is math. I agree.
And I was not good at it anywhere.
You know how many beers come in a 12 pack, though, right?
Absolutely.
All right, that's all I want to know.
But somehow now a kid will come, it'll take him a half hour to figure out that fucking answer.
Here's a quick.
So stupid.
Here's a quick ad. The flagship, the flagship of our sponsors, Lily Peas. Why are they the flagship? Just because I like eating and drinking there. So, but anyways, 50 Binney Street.
Binney
sorry,
Street,
Jesus
Cambridge.
Christ, my brain is mush. 50 Binney Street, Cambridge, Mass. The best chicken and oysters you can get your fucking hands on. Chicken and waffles by our boy Al Delano. That day we were there, crushed it. It's absolutely unbelievable. They are going to be catering. Here's the ad for us. We are moving tickets like Don King. It's
unbelievable.
Fact. Asses are getting in the seats.
Nino Brown.
Yeah. So October 28th, 7 p.m., 177 West Street. That's the Malden Irish American for those people that don't have a brain in their fucking heads. We're going to be, by the way, it's my favorite thing that's
Hold
happened.
up. You had this
Yes.
out for a reason?
Yeah, go ahead. You can hang it up, put it up to the camera. So it's going to be an awesome party. We got CJ the DJ. We got Lily Peas. We got bartenders who've been slinging beers since Christ was a Jew.
If you ask for an Alabama Slammer, they'll know what it is.
Bang, okay? And let me tell you right now, we got some decorations. This is my favorite thing that's happened to me in the last 2 weeks. Maggie goes, "How's the party going?" I go, "Awesome." Me and Danny moved a lot of tickets, and I think I got a bunch of people to follow up with. She's like, "That's great." And she's like, "What are you doing for food?" I'm like, "Lily Peas." She's like, "That's amazing.
What do you got for a DJ?
CJ the DJ. Then she's like, "What are you guys doing for decorations?" And I'm
they're like, "Shit."
I'm like, blank. So anyways, we now have decorations. You ever fucking, we used to talk about the foam pit at the, what's it called? Fucking the Palace. Not the Palace, but what was it called back then?
Well, it was the Palace, but the Bahama Beach Club?
Yeah, Bahama Beach Club. That was the story I told when the kid I knew was like grinding on this girl and it turned out to be a Chinese guy. That was great. There's not going to be a foam pit, but we got fog. Well, I got 2 fog machines, right? Purchased, okay? It's going to be, like, I almost ran fog in here.
Let me tell you something. Let me give you a visual, right? When you walk through these fog machines, you're going to look like the best wrestler to come out of a VFW. All right?
We're going to have a little area to take photos, okay? And it's going to be fucking lit. All right? So listen, if you haven't got in touch with us, get in touch with us. Let us know that you want to go. We got an unbelievable group of people.
There
coming,
is
so.
like, you got to buy your tickets this week.
Yeah, you got to get a ticket.
It's because, like, we only have X amount left. You got to get on the ball.
Yep. Get on the
People
ball.
have been doing the
$30.
$30. Do the right
$30.
fucking thing.
Come see us, talk to us, get it done. Venmo, whatever. By the way, I got a message from your boy, our boy, Chris Mohan.
Yep.
Right? He's coming.
Chris Mohan is coming?
He's coming.
Oh, baby.
And I think he said he Venmo'd you.
He did Venmo me.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm sending his ticket out in the mail tomorrow. Me and him, he did say at one point, he's like, "You are just the North Shore version of me."
Yeah.
We both love bluegrass, like jam band music.
Every time I look at that thing now, I think of him.
Dude, I was like texting him all about the Billy String show. He's going to Billy Strings on New Year's Eve in fucking like Mississippi or wherever it is. No, it's in New Orleans. I'm so fucking jealous. So, anyways, me and him are going to be meeting up at a show soon. There's actually a show the night before the gig, our thing, that I kind of want to go to, but I'm like, man, I can't be getting tuned up the night before. I got to be game ready.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like on the 28th.
Beautiful.
Anyways, he's going to be there. All right. So lots of people are going to be there. It's going to be fucking awesome.
If you need OSHA, if you ever need OSHA approved stuff,
Yep,
Chris
you
Mohan
got
is
it.
your guy.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Newly fucking announced, I believe. He is the OSHA 30 fucking
Nice.
person to talk to.
Perfect. Look at that. We got that going for us. So anyways, that's that. So like I said, Lily Peas, Other ad right now, real quick. Installation situation. You can give it. You can give it.
Sure. My man Sean, who's in fucking Aruba right now,
Slap and pull the cork.
slopping, pulling the cork stickers across the fucking globe. Installation situation, you already know the deal. Irish Battleship, 100% as long as you fucking strong arm your tenants, and they will because they like you as a landlord. If you have a single family home, if you live in Melrose, 75% of all your shit. And by the way, look at your goddamn bill. Look at your goddamn bill. They're already taking it from you. All right?
You've been kicking up to them for years.
Yeah. You've been going into a VIG for years.
You've been handing them the envelope. You didn't even know you were doing it.
Installationsituation@gmail.com. Sean, our guy, he will be there. Dude, I don't think there's anyone more in this fucking Halloween party more than Sean.
No. You know what I'm really excited about? By the way, I first of all, thank you very much to our boys Fitzy and Clark. You came on last week. They are now our official official holiday correspondents.
Dude, how fucking happy. I wish, like, I know it was recorded. Did you see how, like, they didn't not stop smiling the entire show?
I didn't stop smiling the entire show.
It was like their fucking theme park.
Yeah. And they were excellent. And I got like multiple messages of people being like, they were so fucking good.
Fitzy was fired up. He got a couple Instagram
Fitzy got some followers out of it. Clark wants us to promote his OnlyFans, so we'll have to get on that. But they'll be back for another one soon. But we had a blast doing that show with them, so I want to thank them for coming.
Oh, it was a great time. Great time. Listen, we've had this conversation before. It's not easy getting in front of a mic if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
And they did fine.
Oh, they
did fine.
They were plug and play. There was
the worst part about it was, and it wasn't even bad, like you beat yourself up over it. It just seemed like you were a little further away from the mic.
Well, so this is the point I was going to say is that, so I accidentally muted my mic for the entire show after I tested all the mics like a complete dummy. It was fine. I had a family party here the other day. I was clearly a little bit overserved. So my point being that, like, as I said, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to with this party, other than having the time of my life, is the contest. Okay?
Right.
Here's the thing. Me and Danny are judging the contest.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
That's happening.
Oh.
With the help of... We'll put Maggie and Christy in there to help too.
Sure.
First place for women's, first place for guys. 80s, 90s themed is it? I've heard from 10 people telling me that they're going to win this thing. Now, I had just been at the football. Listen,
I think we got to throw in a group one though.
Okay, I'm down with that.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
And by the way, my group, I'm in a group one. I don't think we're going to win.
Yep.
But I feel like it's fair if there is a group one.
I agree with that.
If there's not a group one, then fuck it.
Yeah.
There's not. But
so I won, as I said, I won 2 gift cards to Rapid Liquors, which I am now donating. It's $1.25 each.
what a guy.
These are good gift cards. Now, the best part was I was at my son's football game Wednesday, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go to Rapid. I want to use that money. I want to buy a bunch of wine. My father's like, didn't you say on the show you were gonna donate that?
Love that.
I'm like, did I? He's like, yeah.
Tom Ahern's on top of your
okay.
shit.
Tom Ahern knows. He fucking gets it.
Want to know why? You know when he heard that? When he was fucking making his bow tie.
Making his bow tie. Exactly.
To go grab the fucking Sunday Herald.
We are going to absolutely crush this party. It's going to be a fucking blast. I cannot wait.
Dude, like the people that I've grew up with and like haven't partied with in a long time.
Yep.
Have already purchased tickets. So like,
yeah.
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right. Let's get into the main subject here today.
Let's do it. I thought there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, but I don't really remember.
If you think about it midway through, you just bring it up.
All right, fair enough.
This is how it goes.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? This is a show of no rules. All right. Fall from grace.
Yes.
All right. Let's start with the one we have talked about it a little bit, but let's just start with it. Tom Brady he's not quite, he is.
So
now, if there's anybody who can grow wings on the way down, right? And fucking fly out. Definitely athletically, no problem. I'm never worried about that.
Yeah.
He is in free fall. He looks awful.
He looks terrible.
That picture of him at Kraft's wedding.
Now, how many episodes are we in? Almost to 30?
This is 30.
This is 30.
30 for 30 right here tonight.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
30.
So let me tell you something. It's been anybody that listened to 30 episodes, thank you very much. Those of you who haven't, you're a loser.
Go back.
Thirdly, you know that my love for Tom Brady is ungodly. All right. He gave me 20 years of his life.
The wind beneath my wings.
Yeah. Oh, what a fucking song. I love that song, by the way.
That movie, you want to see Brenda Hearn cry. So Beaches. You grew up with two girls, two sisters, and you watch Beaches all the time because you own like 4 videotapes. Lots of tears.
Tom Brady, I owe my life to, all right? But that guy is not having a good time right now.
No.
And it all stems from women, I think.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone said. Like, people are mad when he went to, myself included. It was the worst day of my life. I told you that. We all got laid off. It was COVID.
Yeah.
I got laid off. The bars were closed. It was St. Patrick's Day. I had nothing to do. And then Tom Brady leaves my life without saying goodbye. I was not happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then he signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, I don't know, they have not been, who do they go to the Super Bowl with? Fucking Trent Dilfer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they're just not on them. They're a B-level fucking market.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I understand the Patriots were shit before Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe. Let me give Drew Bledsoe his credit, too, because he was a first.
I'm a big Drew guy.
You know what I mean? But I am not I wanted the guy to succeed.
Sure.
And he did. He got a fucking Super Bowl to a mediocre town. It's a fun town, but it's mediocre,
Yep.
right? It's okay, all right?
Yep.
But now he's just like, he's tarnishing himself. And it's driving me crazy. And he looks like fucking Tales from the Crypt. Does not look happy. Does like...
He looks like he's got a good costume for a Halloween party.
So
but it's
now
just his
imagine
face.
this, right? Now I've never been a Giselle guy.
Yeah.
Like I never thought she was like, wow, let me turn around and look at her again.
Yeah.
Never.
I agree.
But she's the breadwinner in that family,
Yeah.
which is fucking mind-blowing in itself.
Crazy. Yes.
In itself, right? So here's why I'm still Tom Brady, right? They're getting a divorce. Is that like,
Yeah, I think that's pretty
known,
well
right?
documented right now.
She has to pay him now? Fuck yeah, Tom. That would be great. That would be incredible.
Here's my thing with Brady, and like I said, I would agree. He's not this is going to be a hard one to swallow. If I give you the eyeball test, he's not my favorite player to watch. What I mean by that is this. He was my favorite player to be involved with because nobody could do what he could do.
Right.
Nobody come back from that. My favorite player ever to watch because I was too young to really watch Larry Bird like when he was really going at it. You know what I mean? I'll just be honest. I
wish I was. Though.
Me too, but I wasn't quite into it at that time. You know what I mean? I would watch with my dad, but like I was like, yeah, that's cool. Watch the highlight videos. When I got older, I think it's unbelievable. But Randy Moss was my favorite thing to ever watch.
Oh.
In a Boston sports uniform.
Buddy.
That season was like come yourself to the moon city.
So
absolutely unbelievable.
So I remember what I was going to say because we were talking about, you just brought up Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Randy Moss was originally going to go to Notre Dame.
Yes.
Can I tell you about my Saturday real quick?
Yeah.
Saturday night?
Can you save Saturday? Because we got some voicemails to get to.
Oh, boy. So Bobby Ferrio's coming in hot. All right. I'll save it then.
Save that.
I'll
Save that.
I don't know. You think it's easy being a Notre Dame fan. It's not.
Before I get back to Brady, I do have to say, because I don't want to forget, last night was my brother-in-law, Steve Judge, who was in here last week.
Who had the biggest wad of fucking chew in his mouth, by the way. It was impressive. I thought he was going to speak to me in fucking...
Southern accent?
I didn't know what to expect. And he was like, I was so happy to meet you. I'm like, nah, man, like that is you have a whole tin in your fucking... what a guy, though.
Awesome guy. It was his 50th birthday party last night. I played tunes at it and had an absolute fucking blast. And we had a fucking great time. So I just wanted... And by the way...
I respect both ways, but I need to know. Do you just set up shop or did they ask you to play?
They asked me to play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like, I won't just set up shop.
That would be
someplace.
awesome. Like yeah, today's my day.
Yeah, I don't do that. In fact, I wasn't going to play. And then, because I was like, I got there and I didn't feel the vibe, I'm like, whatever, people just having fun, Then my sister was like, she came out at like 10. She was like, I want you to play. People are waiting for you to play.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, all right, you know what?
Wish I had that
I'm like,
talent.
you know what? I'm like,
no.
I'm good and buzzed now, which was perfect. The problem is this, and this is like, as a guy who likes to drink,
Yeah.
here's the problem with this
Yeah,
situation.
you don't want to do it.
Well, it's because here's what happens is
But
like,
now you're
especially if you've
committed.
got a head start.
Yeah.
Like, so I had like 5 or 6 beers or whatever. So I was feeling great. But I know if you're going to play for an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, like I played, we had an awesome time. I loved doing it. And then I went inside. I like had something to eat. I was talking to some people. And I'm like, I got to go put my guitar in my car. And I just fucking drove home. I was like, Irish goodbye. Because I'm like, I lost my fucking mojo, dude.
Yeah.
I lost my buzz. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Anyways,
it happens. But that happens to me. Like, I don't have to stop drinking because of it. But people always put me on the spot with like dancing. Kind of drives me
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, because you're expected.
Kind of drives me crazy.
Dude, you kind of got to expect it, though.
But it's dumb. I don't like that. Like, I used to love it, but now I'm just like, all right, like, can we not?
Well, I mean, people are going to expect to see you dance at this party.
I'm cool with it. Like, I
Yeah.
love dancing, but like, can the fucking bride and groom have a dance first?
Yeah.
know?
I hear that. Back to Brady though for a
Sorry.
second. So here's the other thing I will tell you right now. As a longtime wagerer, a person who has bet many football games, bet many basketball games, whatever, I am a huge believer in like the outside can affect the inside. So what I mean by that is like when I looked at that line today,
Yep.
that was Survivor Pool, it was like -9.5 or whatever
You
it was.
still in it?
Yeah, it's a different one, but it's like has tiers. I've lost a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
But anyways, I looked at that line and I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, they might lose this game. Because he's going through some shit. And like, did you see what he was screaming at his teammates on the sideline today?
Which,
he was losing it.
Which, by the way, I love.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I'm just saying that like you don't know what kind of state of mind he's working
No.
with right now. You know what I mean?
Every one of those linemen had Giselle's face on.
Now listen, I have to say this. I am a believer. Now, I'm not this person. I am a regular ass fucking everyday guy. I'm a fucking lunch pail suburban dad. Nothing special about me other than the fact that I'm obviously unbelievable on this fucking mic, all right? So
Cornhole, you're pretty good too.
yeah, I'm okay, Como. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I am an average ass person. People who are like Tom Brady, you have got to sacrifice to get to that point. So like Tiger Woods, these people who are the most exceptional athletes of all time, it's not only because they are great athletes, it's because they are great at sacrificing other parts of their life for this one goal.
Yeah.
And they're freaks because if it was me, if I made $12 million and I was like Hoyer or whoever, like the
Right.
backup, I'm like, dude, I'm good. I don't want to start.
Someone told me, well, I mean, it's pretty common knowledge, but like being the backup QB,
Yeah, it's like the best.
best job ever.
Yeah.
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 like, fucking,
Yeah. Yeah, but like
you've worked your balls off forever,
Yep.
right? You make it to the big stage, and now you're just hanging out, collecting, getting to a point where you're allowed to get a pension from the NFLPA.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the goal
Yeah.
at that point, right?
Yeah. I just think
Dude,
like
everyone's like, he's played in the league so long. The average, like,
it's like 2 years.
it's not long.
Yeah,
it's not long.
Yeah, not for long. That's
No.
what it stands for. That's what it's. But with back to Brady, I do feel like it's one of these things. It's like, and I'm sure whatever, they're gonna get divorced. They're fucking grown ups. People get divorced all the fucking time.
It happens.
So like, I'm not. People are like, oh, how's it feel, dude? You gave up everything for this. Like, dude, they were probably on the outs for fucking a year and a half.
You know what's
Who gives a
wild to me
fuck?
though? And like, do I think Brady should have retired? Yes, I do. I do. The guy had a fucking great career.
Yep.
Go out on top.
When's the fucking Super Bowl? Tampa Bay?
Here's what drives me crazy, right? Bridget Monahan.
Yep.
You ever heard her say a word about Tom?
No.
Never. Stay away from the Latin women. Stay away. I'm trying to tell you.
This is
fucking.
Come on, experience.
Stay away. All right. All they do is throw hot oil at you and fucking do this shit when you make millions. Stay away from them. Get yourself a fucking librarian. Get yourself a librarian and fucking cooks ham casseroles. Fuck.
Oh man, that's great. All right, so Brady's off the table. We know where it's at. I mean, listen.
Listen, I will
I'll say
always.
right now, I would never. Nothing would make me happier than for him to pull that team together right now and win the fucking Super Bowls here. I would love it.
Listen, Tampa Bay is like, and I was there, so like I know. Dude, Tampa is not. It's like it reminds me of like the Kansas City Royals, and I'm not saying we just shit on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
But the Kansas City Royals, they're a B League fucking market, right?
Yep.
And they won the World Series a couple years back, right? There was like 18 people at their fucking.
By the way, Paul Gentile's gonna
He's
take
gonna-
some umbrage with this take.
The Royals are like they had like 19 people at their fucking parade. Enough. Like it's not a real market. Like I would like, dude. My father has the Red Sox emblem on his gravestone
Yeah.
in his Keno numbers. All right,
Is that for real?
swear to God. I'll show it to you right after. I swear to God.
What are the numbers?
8914. My niece has it tattooed on her. Like, I swear to God, we're fucked up.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it's my license plate as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm
love
not
it.
kidding.
Dude, I have seen your license plate, so I know you're telling the truth.
But regardless of the point, that KC is like, where was I going with fucking KC?
Because Tampa Bay is like a B level.
They're just not a. I don't know. People
like if you went to the Steelers or something like that, like a storied franchise.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, I feel bad for KC kind of, but at the same time, I don't because I hate Patrick Mahomes.
By the way, last thing about KC, we had the red zone on, me and my son,
Yeah.
and they flashed to the stands. Now, Paul Gentile will tell you this because he's been to Arrowhead a million times. Like,
I do wanna go
There
there.
are some wild people.
There's
there.
no doubt in my mind they have. If I had to put the Royals fans against the fucking Chiefs fans, Chiefs are fucking unloading on them.
Dude, there was a guy sitting in the stands with like a Zubaz hat on, and
Oh.
like the worst facial hair. And
What else do you have in Kansas City?
Tommy just goes, "Oh, look at that guy."
What else do you have in Kansas City, though? You know what I mean? Like you have football and The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Barbecue. They have great barbecue.
Supposedly.
fact.
Supposedly.
That's a fact.
If
It's so good that the last
if
time Paul
Paul
went to a
Gentile
game,
doesn't come with a rib to this fucking party, then he's a fraud. He's making the next fraud episode.
all right, you want to do voicemails?
Can I do one more? Well, no, we're doing this all night, but
No, do one now. Yeah, then we'll go to voicemails.
since we're on the football
Yeah,
topic,
let's do it.
and I stand by this guy too, but you want to talk about a fall from grace. His name is Johnny Manziel.
Oh, bad.
Buddy.
Bad.
So when Johnny was hot at Texas A&M, right? Notre Dame was playing BC, and I was at the game, and Texas A&M was playing Alabama, and Texas A&M beat Alabama that night, and we came out of the game, and we watched the rest of the game through a fucking barroom because it was packed, and we watched it through, and we watched him win, and I go, holy shit, this kid's the real deal. Ends up winning the Heisman over Manti Te'o,
Yep.
which should have never, by the way. But Manti should have got it, but whatever. This kid's fucking rookie contract, $8.2 million deal. He is. It was the most heartbreaking thing ever. Watching him watch. There was someone had a picture of him at a bar by himself. There wasn't any. It looked like Sully's near the garden.
Yes.
Long bar. It looked like him there, watching the fucking college football championship by himself. There wasn't a soul in there but him and the bartender and the person that took the picture. And Johnny Manziel is, and I'm still rooting for him because I fucking loved him. The money shit, the whole nine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was a fucking disgrace.
Well, see, I love guys that have like swagger. Like that's why I love Joe Burrow.
Oh, I love Joe
Like
Burrow.
he had a day today too, by the way. Had
Love
a
Joe Burrow.
fucking real day.
Did he?
today. Yeah.
Good. Love it.
He put up some major points.
Good.
But I love those type of guys.
But people hated him. Like the media hated him.
yeah, because he's easy
because
to
he was
hate.
cocky cock. He was a cocky cunt.
Yeah, and he also like
I didn't mean to say cock. Sorry.
yeah, he was probably cocking other people's wives. Like
Oh.
he was that kid. What is
Handsome
he-
fuck.
What's he doing for work these days?
No one knows. But he had like a good run with like Barstool, and I don't know what the fuck happened with that. But
Yeah. I
dude,
think he's like. I also think it's one of those things where I think he's just a little too wild to pull it together. Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, we could talk about athletes that should have made it for days.
Yeah, of course.
He was a little different, dude.
No, I
he
agree.
was like
he was legit.
he was very for a kid his size. He wasn't big at all.
No.
Throw the ball 100 miles.
Yep.
But he, you go to the Browns, everyone thinks it's fucking death wish. I talked about this today during my game. I was like, how good is the movie Draft Day?
It's great.
Makes me a low-key Browns fan, like, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
it's fucking Kevin Costa throwing high fucking heat.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Yes.
But everyone thinks that, like, because you get drafted by the Browns, you're a fucking, right nowadays, and, like, I heard something about, like, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
When he took over the Browns, like, they were a decent team in the 80s and early 90s,
Yep.
and he just, like, ran into the ground.
Yeah.
I'm Team Belichick, though, but
Well, obviously.
I just...
I'm Team Bailey Zappi today. I can tell you that
oh,
much.
baby.
We could talk. We could go forever on this. I'll just say this: only one thing. The kid looks great, and people are like,
What's up with that? What is up with that school and quarterbacks?
I believe, dude. And the kid can throw the deep ball too.
Dude, him in the pocket, 6 to midnight.
I mean,
Danny Gillis, you hear that? Bang, that was my cock today.
I just feel like they got to keep playing him. I feel like they got to keep playing him.
Yeah,
I think
and
it's hard to take it. And I'm not an anti-Mac Jones guy.
No, I want to have a beer with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
like,
I bet he's great.
but guess what? Being a backup quarterback is the best job in the world.
It's not bad, dude. And he's got a fucking. And he has a
That's how we
contract.
started about this.
Oh, and dude, here's the other thing. Let's say, for example, remember Matt Castle?
Do I remember?
Dude,
Of course I do.
what kind of deal? Remember the deal he got when he left?
Dude, there's a
It was
lot.
like fucking
How about Osweiler? Brock Osweiler.
unbelievable.
There's
Yeah.
so many.
Yeah, that just
So
made,
many.
it got like one big contract out of like
Andy
that
Dalton got $100 million. Andy Dalton, who's still in the league, by the
Dude,
way.
they said Blake Bortles made $47 million.
I mean,
they had it on. It's
not a bad life. It's not a bad life.
It's not a bad life.
You can start
I mean,
a podcast in Melrose.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things with $47 million. All right, let's do the voicemails. You ready? All right. All right, here's your boy.
I know it is.
Actually, you know what? I'll leave that one for last this time.
It's all right. It's fine. Whatever.
All right. This guy we know pretty well.
Yo, I got an absolute dagger. It's so sad, but I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and Boston sports were fucking atrocious back then. And then we had like 20 years of fucking dominance. And then guess what? We fell from fucking grace. Every team right now is atrocious. I don't know what to do. Mac Jones is a bum. Bailey Zappi's a beast. The Bruins suck. The fucking Celtics suck. The Red Sox are terrible. It's been a while since we were fucking title town. I want to get back to that point, and hopefully we're building back up to it. I don't fucking know. Go fuck yourselves, Paul McCook.
So his point is the whole city has fallen from grace.
Yeah. Now,
You want to know why? It's because they have a
Fritzy.
show with Kevin Bacon pretend to be from fucking Boston. That's
what
why.
sucks.
So bad.
City on the hill.
Yeah.
Fucking snooze fest. Take your melatonin.
Get
and
a
go to
real
bed.
guy that does coke.
Yeah. Let me tell you this. That was Fitzy, obviously. The one correction I'm going to give to Fitzy is the Celtics were in the finals of the NBA championship last year.
Like days ago.
I mean, like not long ago. That said, I agree with them. I didn't think they have a shot. But it's funny because people were so spoiled. Like, we
Yeah.
were so spoiled.
There were, again, it's a free ad, but who's the kid fucking that always had the sign at the parades? He was like
Oh,
9
yeah.
years old, always had fucking all
12
these
parades, like all those things,
I mean,
like-
that's just crazy.
Yeah, that is ludicrous.
That's just crazy.
All right,
I remember when the Pats won the first, because the Pats like started the bullshit in 2001, right?
Yep.
I remember doing pots and pans down the street, just making as much noise as possible.
This is a first-time caller,
Yeah.
but we both know this guy well.
Oh,
Good morning, you fucking leprechauns. I heard you wanted a voicemail from me. Word on the street. My phone was blowing up last night worse than your sister's ass with Pop Rocks and Coke. I got a couple frauds I want to talk about. One, fucking assholes that don't know how to park in a parking spot. Frauds. You either got a little fucking dick or a gassed out. Learn how to fucking park, will ya? There's lines on the ground for a reason. Don't leave your ass 3 feet out into the fucking lane. Don't park over the line and take up 2 spots because your fucking Silverado doesn't want to get a scuff on the door. Get fucked. Go fuck yourself. Fraud motherfuckers. 2, drive-through. Where the fuck are my napkins? I'm in the driver's seat of my car. I just ordered a sandwich or a beverage. What if I spill the shit? What if I get a hole in my bottom lip? What if I get some grease on my fingers? Now I'm gonna crash my fucking... Give me some fucking napkins, you fraud fucks. And number 3, I'm gonna leave you with this one, because this one really chapped my ass. Restaurant food delivery services through those little fucking app-based, I don't know if I should say them because there's no free plugs here, so they can get fucked too. Where's my fucking plasticware? What do you expect me to eat my Alfredo with? My fingers?
Alfredo!
You see it's going to a hotel. It's not a residence. I have a room number there. Give me some fucking plasticware. Give me some fucking napkins. I didn't eat this shit in my bed. Now you want me to eat it with my fingers and wipe my face on my sheets? Once again, get fucked. Go fuck yourself. And come pull my fucking cork.
That is BP Hammers, man, myth, legend of the Beef Page residence. He said that we can have him live in show whenever we want. That's just a small taste of what that man is. That, by the way, when I was talking to my buddy Danny Baker, he's like, I want to meet this kid 50 and see how big he is. Like he's like they're about the same size as each other, wouldn't you say?
There is a picture floating out there with them two and me, and I said that they looked like Earthquake and Typhoon, and I was Jimmy Hart from WWF in 1994. And if we had thought it out, it would have been great to do for this Halloween party.
Yeah, it would have been.
Just walked around with a fucking microphone and just but either way, great people.
Great people, great fucking call.
Yeah.
I need some of that every week. All right, last one. Buckle up, buddy.
Oh boy.
My man Gilly, before I get to your Irish turds, let's discuss your outfit from last Sunday on the sidelines at the Malden East Lynn Pop Warner game. Man, were you the talk of the crowd. Grown man wearing tights tucked into his socks. Not sure if you were shooting for the Richard Simmons or the WWF legend Barry Horowitz look on the field. Gotta send you to Jenny Jones for a makeover, or better yet, to Glenn Noble for fashion tips, my guy. Anyway, your Mick Leprechaun's gonna get fucked up by some wicked smart kids from Stanford. Take the Cardinal plus 17 over the biggest frauds of the NCAA football. I'm out.
All right.
All right, now we can have a real conversation about what happened on Saturday.
Let me tell you something. Right now, Bobby. Saturday might have been the worst. It was probably the worst Notre Dame loss. No, that's a lie, but Saturday hurt my life. But for him to give fashion tips, number one, for Bobby to give fashion tips is nuts. He's from Brockton. If he's wrapped in fucking saran wrap, it's like a fashion statement down there. Fuck him. That's number one. Number two, I sent this to my brother because I refused to answer any phone calls, text messages last night after the game. And he was like, I can't believe I lost $500. All Notre Dame had to do was win. And I responded this morning with, I'm just an abused woman going back to the relationship. And that's what Notre Dame doesn't care about my life. I can't explain how bad I hate Tommy Rees. He's the offense coordinator, for those who don't know. I'm giving Freeman the benefit of the doubt because I feel like he's a nice guy and he'll steal your wife. The offense coordinator, Tommy Rees.
If I remember correctly, also, you were very big on Freeman.
Still am.
Yeah, okay.
Still am.
All right.
I got to give him something, dude. I don't know. I'm still flabbergasted by this, but Tommy Rees was, you probably don't know, most people don't know, but Tommy used to be the quarterback at Notre Dame, and I hated him then. I fucking, Turnover Tommy, we called him. And now he's the offensive coordinator. All right? I need you to put that in perspective. Now he has control of who he can throw to or hand the ball off to every fucking play. The guy sucks. I hate him. He had an opportunity to go to LSU with Brian Kelly last year. He didn't go. He goes, I'm going to stay at Notre Dame. I drank so much that day because I fucking despise this guy. And Marcus Freeman just needs to just fire him and give him whatever much money he wants and hire, I don't know, anybody that works at Cappy's and fucking do a better job. Dude, it is this loss. Dude, they scored. And I'm not one of these stat guys. I only know this because I woke up this morning to fucking nonsense. They scored 0 points, against the 111th team defensively in the country.
That's bad. It's not good.
So before the season started, Notre Dame was first until the week before the season started in recruiting, and they went down to third, and Alabama took over, Texas took over. Still comfortable. There is no chance these kids stay with Notre Dame. And my life has turned into like I don't know. My father was like, I told you, he has 3 things on his gravestone. Red Sox emblem, I'll show it to you. Red Sox emblem, his Keno numbers, and harness racing. He has a harness racing guy. We had to fucking dig deep for that one.
Yeah.
But he was big into harness racing. And obviously my father was a gambler. You know what I mean? It's not fucking, but it is what it is. He waited X amount of years, 86 years, to see his first fucking. He obviously wasn't 86, whatever.
Yeah.
86 years to the first Red Sox. I don't know if they don't get rid of this fucking guy. Like, you're just gonna see me diminish. Like, I'm just gonna start falling apart and ripping body parts off. I don't know why. Again, my father wasn't a Notre Dame fan. My mother wasn't. This just came over. Blue and gold, Malden, on TV every Saturday.
Yep.
Fell in love with these motherfuckers.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with the name of Fighting Irish. I promise you that.
Yep.
Said that before. They could have been the fucking Tigers.
Yeah.
We just looked like them.
Sure.
Fell in love with them.
Yep.
And now they have fucking taken my soul and beat it to death. So there's my thing. Bobby Froyo.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Thank you for making me cry.
The only person who I think, like,
Hey, now we have UNLV this
who
week.
laughs harder, I think, when you get revved up like this is definitely Bobby Froyo. Listen back to this.
Oh, no. Paul, Gentile must love it because I just shit all over his fucking Chiefs. And now he's like, yeah, now you know my fucking problem.
Oh, my God. You know what? I will say this.
So here's a fun fact about the only fun fact I know about the Chiefs,
Yep.
right? So Everett, which is a neighboring city to both of us, had more me than you, but
Sure.
Omar Easy. Let's see if Paul Gentile fucking knows this one. Fucking big Chiefs guy, Arrowhead Stadium, right? Omar Easy came from Jamaica. Wagwan pussy boy, right? True story. In the 90s, went to Everett High to play football. Not like he moved from Jamaica to Everett,
Yeah.
just so happens. And he wanted to play football. I put that in quotations for people that aren't watching because he wanted soccer, right? Everett High's coach, DiBiase, saw the size of this human. He was like, yeah, right down here. Come with us. Put him in pads for the first time. Fucking learned the actual game of football. Went to Penn State. Played for Paterno.
Yep.
And got drafted by the fucking Kansas City Chiefs.
I didn't know that backstory at all.
No, Paul Gentile, big fucking Chiefs guy, should know this.
I love it. You're so mad about Notre Dame right now.
So mad.
It's just
Sorry.
coming out so different ways.
He was number 43, by the way.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So welcome to the world of my life. Like, it just sucks. Like, Saturdays used to be
Well,
like
this
fun.
is perfect lead back into Fall from Grace.
Yeah, Danny Gillis, number 1.
There you go.
Yeah. We won a championship in 1988 when I was 1.
Dude,
Lou Holtz was the quarterback, he was the coach, and he just sat there and talked like this and said, you know what, guys, we got to really sit down and think about this one.
That's the best. I don't know anybody who I've ever heard do a Lou Holtz before, but that's the best one.
I should have did Lou Holtz for this body.
Probably that guy who used to do all the ones on like the Sunday morning NFL could do it. Well, I can't remember. his
Frank
name.
Caliendo.
Yes,
He's,
Frank Caliendo.
he's unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. I have a lot of like when somebody can really do it, like we've talked about this the last couple weeks, but when somebody can do like crazy impressions like that, it blows my mind.
He's very
Really
good. At it.
blows my
He's
mind.
very, very good.
All right, let's get back to this.
Sure.
All right? So I decided we can cover a couple things too, people or things, right?
Oh, I didn't know things.
No, I
whatever.
didn't think about it until 2 minutes before you got here. I
right.
just had like 2 of them.
That's fine.
And you can pop in on them. So let me start with a person that I did not know this at all. Okay, and I just found this out tonight, doing a little bit of research on the old interwebs, as you do. This one kind of blew my mind because I had no knowledge of this. All right, I'll read you what I found on the internet. Hilaria Baldwin, wife of Alec Baldwin. By the way, we could go for a day on him.
Yeah.
She pretended for years she was Spanish. Featured regularly in Hola magazine as the best-dressed Latina, hosted a successful podcast, was a correspondent on Entertainment Channel. Turned out she faked her Spanish heritage completely. She was pretty much disowned by all her sponsors and doesn't appear on TV anymore. She now spends her time uploading 1,000 Instagram stories a day of her children and helping her husband shoot people on the set of Rust. No, that I added at the end. That's not true. That said, who's that fucking white chick who pretended she was black?
No, who's the white? Oh,
What's
I
her
know.
name?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember her name. Who I was thinking about was the politician from Massachusetts. I can't think of her name. Who thought she was Indian?
Oh, not Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. Oh, I'll just say I have a relative that's closely related to me who could do an hour on Elizabeth Warren and her Indian heritage.
People get bent out of shape on
Well,
her.
dude, I was gonna say this. It's one thing to have a fall. Okay, there's like, as I was doing research on Fall from Grace, most of these have to do with somebody who did something dumb or something horrible, right?
My
like
next,
OJ, whatever.
So I had OJ on my list. I thought that was a gimme.
Yeah.
But the next person I have on my list, like, we could talk about for hours on end.
Yeah. So, but that white woman, she
forget her
pretended she
name.
was black.
Yes.
I'll find it in a second when you go. She like told everybody she was black. This chick tells everybody that she's fucking. That is some fucking. It's not like a crime, like you're not raping somebody or something like that. You're not
No,
fucking
but
murdering
it's-
somebody.
it's
But
weird.
it's almost like
It's weird.
worse.
It's
not
weird.
worse in a way. It's like because I feel like a person who.
Why are you ashamed of what you are?
A person
or
who,
what you want?
a person who does something horrible like a Harvey Weinstein and OJ, right? Whatever. Those people are sociopathic, fucking crazy people.
Right.
They like Jeffrey Dahmer's not that far from them. Like they are wildly crazy. Like I'm not saying that they couldn't have stopped themselves from doing these things, but they're psychopaths.
Sure.
Somebody who's like, oh, I'm gonna make like stolen valor. This is basically stolen valor for like a race. Like to say you are either, especially a race that's been somewhat marginalized throughout the history of the world.
Nuts to me.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
It's nuts.
Crazy.
I grew up in an era where it was, I don't know. I was one of the. There wasn't many white kids hanging with black kids,
Sure.
and I'm not saying like I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I never once said like, and the reason I say this is for a reason, obviously. But there were kids that I would meet along the lines. They were like, yeah, like my mother's best friend's father's roommate was black, so I'm wearing a do-rag. And it's like, what? What? I never did that.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I was always Irish Danny Gillis.
Sure.
I just hang out with my pals.
Yeah.
It drove me crazy, to be honest with you.
Sure.
I don't want to fucking throw last names out there.
Yeah.
I mean blatant Irish last names, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm Cape Verdean." I'm like, "Yo, what?" Oh yeah, no, not my father, but my mother's best. I know your mother.
Yeah.
She's making corned beef right now. What the shit? It's insane. It's like it's Halloween every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And so going back to those people, like, it's
Listen,
one. All right. It's one thing to let's just say this. It's one thing to be a confused kid from Malden, right?
Yep.
Okay. That kid I'm going to give a pass to because he probably grows out of that in his life, and he's probably embarrassed or whatever. He probably has self-worth. It's probably part of why he does it.
That's like 50-50, I'll be honest with you.
Okay, that's fine. You know it better than I
There's
do.
still kids right now at 35 who are still lost in the sauce.
Okay. All right.
Which is banana land to
Yeah,
me.
so you know way better than I do. But I'll say this. There is still a difference between that and somebody who's like using that as a way to like get clout on a level that is like fame or something.
Yeah.
Like
but
to be in a fucking Spanish magazine and be like, I'm the fucking Latin entertainer of the world, and your like name's O'Brien. You know what I mean?
Elizabeth Warren, she was a feather Indian.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
Native American.
and she was like, well, that's what my mother told me. You know what my mother told me? She said I was a dickhead. I don't have a dick on my head. So she
Dude.
lied to me.
Listen, this goes back to my. I'm going to get off subject, but this goes back to my thing with politics and whatever. And like, like I said, I'm an independent. I don't care what you are, right? We can hang out, we can drink. You can believe something completely different than I do.
Sure.
I'll probably think you're funny for it. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. But people who like Liz Warren is like what we need. She's a fucking star. And she's actually. It's like, dude, this woman lied about something ludicrous. Like, and
So
you're like,
dumb.
oh, she's just great. It's like. What's the difference between her and anybody else that does this?
Right.
You know what I mean? And there might not be anybody who looks less Native American than Liz Warren.
Listen, I couldn't agree more, and I think it destroyed her political career as far as I'm concerned. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking schmo.
Well, as your mother said, you're just a dickhead. You know?
Just a dickhead, dude. Just a dickhead.
All right, you're up next.
All right, you ready for this guy?
Yes.
He is all over the news right now, and I couldn't be happier. I'm fucking smiling. Alex Jones.
Oh, dude.
Buddy.
The funny thing is now, I will say, if I was go ahead. I'm going to let you talk.
No, so this guy, for those who don't know, was like, he had the thing called InfoWars,
Yep.
and I never fucking drank this Kool-Aid,
No.
but a lot of people did.
Sure.
A lot of people.
Yep.
And he had zillions of dollars. Now, this total piece of shit, here's my thing is, I guess 99% of the people that listen to us know who the fuck Alex Jones is.
Sure.
Something very good happened to him this week where he has to pay back
Like $1 billion.
$1 billion.
It's like a number that he can never.
Because he said that the Sandy Hook shit was fake.
Yep.
What
Those
a,
kids, yeah.
what a dickhead. I hope he offs himself. How about
He
that?
deserves everything that's coming to him.
I hope he offs himself. And I'll tell you why, because everyone's like, oh, it's a coward way out. Who cares, dude?
Yeah, he's gone.
Cares.
Shit.
His kids don't talk to him. Ex-wife doesn't talk to him. The guy's batshit Looney Tune crazy.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Yeah, and he basically said now when this judgment came down, he basically said like on his.
I don't have the money.
Yeah, and I don't care, and they're not going to see the money. I'm going to
Yeah.
tie him up in court for the rest of their lives or
Yep.
whatever. He is a piece of shit.
Total piece of shit.
Total piece of shit.
And he had, I don't know how, because these fucking, and I will say it, Caucasians listen to this motherfucker, and gave him all this money. He
Yeah.
had almost $1 billion,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is fucking bananas.
I know. Yeah.
Next time you're on the toilet, anybody, including yourself,
Yep.
Brendan, just look at bloopers, Alex Jones, InfoWars, when next time you're taking a shit. And for the next 15 minutes, you will laugh your face off because it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
And people believed it.
I know.
Turning the frogs gay?
Dude.
Did you hear that? Did you hear this shit?
No, I did not hear that.
Oh my, there was something in the water that turned frogs gay. Frogs are gay. And people were like, frogs are gay. Frogs are gay. and then like everybody I ever talked to that ever listened to him was like, you only listen to that stuff. I go, yeah, you did too. And you don't hear the other stuff. What other stuff? Nothing ever came fucking true out of anything.
Yeah.
Anything he said. He's like Joel Osteen, fraud.
Yeah, just a different type of fraud.
That's it.
Just a different type of fraud. And I think, like, okay, a guy like Alex Jones, who is like I said, grade A piece of shit, should be tied and feathered, taken to the town square, and let everybody do what they want to do to him.
What would you do if you had Alex Jones tied up?
I'll just tell you right now, like, I
My pee in his eye.
I would do,
My pee in his eye.
dude. What I like if I had Alex Jones tied up,
He's gonna die.
I would
right?
go get whoever the Sandy Hook parent is and be like, "Here's your present. You
Right.
can take care of it."
No, that's a no-brainer. But like, you get your own like 5 minutes with him.
Oh, like definitely a couple 9 irons to the kneecaps. Like that's like just
Ooh.
full fucking fledged. Actually, I'd let my buddy Kev Maury play golf with. He's got a faster
baby.
swing than me.
Dude,
Accurate.
what a fucking.
Smoke.
Hey, did we talk about that already?
I think we might have talked about it the other day, but maybe
Like,
not.
no, just like him, just like turning around mid-shot like Steph
Oh,
Curry.
He was feeling himself that
He was
day.
like,
for
he was
sure.
like, is that pretty good?
Shot
Is that
70.
good?
He shot 73 today. Texted me. That's what, dude. By the way, that's one of my biggest curses in the world is that all my friends are great golfers and I'm an okay golfer,
Yeah.
but I look like an idiot with them. So, but
I'm at-
anyways,
I'm
yeah,
at
I would
the-
let him take. I would let him take fucking. I would let him take 9 irons to his knees. The guy is a dude. To do. I don't care what you say. When people say, "Oh, well, dude," to say something like that, if you are a parent, which he is a parent,
Yeah.
to understand how to know that it's a lie, which he knew it's a lie. Basically, he's admitted it's a lie. He has said on text. They have text messages from him basically admitting as much.
He also said the Boston Marathon was
Yeah.
fixed.
Yeah,
Like that's his thing.
yeah,
That's his thing.
yeah. And do you know why he did it? So he could make money.
Yeah,
he's
and
a
he-
complete piece of shit.
And he did.
Yeah.
He made zillions of
Yeah.
dollars. And now it's gone.
I think. Listen, some people were like making the point of like, okay, yeah, but he's just some guy on the internet. Like,
Started
should he
somewhere.
have to do? I'm like, should he have to pay these people? Should he have to do that? I'm like, you know what, dude? He should fucking. He sucks. He's spreading. and I don't want to get into this whole thing back and forth, misinformation, vaccine shit. I don't give a fuck about that. Okay, I agree. A lot of that shit was bullshit. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm not a rule follower. I saw a guy in the woods today wearing a mask. Tommy goes, "What is that guy doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have no idea." Meanwhile, Tommy, it doesn't have COVID, but he's a wicked cough, and he's like, the guy I thought the guy was gonna go up a tree like an orangutan. He fucking goes flying out into fucking nowhere. Anyways. The guy's a complete piece of shit. And to do that to a parent who lost a child in a way like that is like, I don't know how one of them just didn't go and just fucking take him out. Like, I don't think I could handle that. Yeah, I don't think I could handle that.
The guy sucks.
Yeah. So now you're trying to get beyond your life anyways, and every day you're hearing about this guy with InfoWars is like fucking...
Right.
You know, that like I said, there's great things to the internet. It's awesome things. This podcast, perfect example.
Probably number one.
Probably the best thing. You can listen to two complete lunatics talk about ridiculous shit like this and how much they want to take 9 irons to fucking Alex Jones, but then Alex Jones can say whatever he wants on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He just needs to, put him in Gen Pop. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree. And I think
no chance he knows how to make a ramen, fucking anything with ramen. So
what's it called? What's the thing in the bag?
We're going to find out about that soon.
Oh yeah, I know. We have to talk about that date though, because, the one we proposed, because I got to figure out if Nate's going to be here.
All right.
Because we got rained out of our camping trip. So Nate's going to take my son on the camping trip without me.
Okay.
Because I'm busy next Saturday. I'm playing a cornhole tournament with Javon, by the way.
Yep.
Me and Javon.
And you're going to win it.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact. Well, it's a shock the world.
No, it's not. You guys are top in the world.
I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, dude, and that's the other thing too. Like, there is definitely a difference between, like I said, like, the ones that aren't as fun to talk about fall from grace is like, okay, like it's not as fun to talk about a guy like Harvey Weinstein because he's a fucking horrible person. There's really nothing to be, whatever.
Fuck him.
But like I said, like Alex Jones made a clear choice about what he was going to do, what he was going to say. Like, and I think he should be punished for it. And I think that he should have to give those people every dollar he has. Like, that should happen.
If I was, and this isn't my idea totally. No, it's not my idea at all, actually. But I remember watching this in like, I don't know, 6th, 7th grade, something like that. And like, they were showing us a video about like a drunk driver that like killed, trying to like prepare you for like the real world. And the mother or something like that. And anybody that's my age, if you ever seen this video, I know I'm not losing my mind. Just fucking feel free to chime in sometime later on in life. They made the person like for 18 years. Whenever the kid died in the video, write a check for $1.
Really?
Just to like remind them. They're like, we don't want to settle. We just want you to, we had to sell it for like 18 years, times what up. You know what I mean? They don't want to put him in jail.
Sure.
They just want to have him write a check for $1 every day for 18 years. Or until he was 18. I think the kid was like 13.
Yeah.
Until he was an adult.
Yeah.
And that would make you go stir crazy. Let him do that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Take all his money and make him do that.
All right, this is one that nobody's heard of. But I found this list of like people who have fallen from grace, and I read this and I was like, first of all, who documented this, that this happened? Peter Abelard. Not a guy from Saugus, okay? Peter Abelard was one of the brightest minds of the 12th century, a professor at the University of Paris who helped found the scholastic movement until he seduced his student, Heloise. When Heloise became pregnant, her family blamed Abelard. Heloise's uncle broke into Abelard's house and literally castrated him. He was forced to join a monastery the rest of his life and even wrote a book about his castration called My Calamities. Let me tell you right now, I'm a big... first of all, if you want to I'm a justice guy. I love fucking revenge movies.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of revenge movies. Revenge
Gladiator?
movies are my favorite.
Gladiator?
Things. Oh, all day. Give me that all day. So
take some mask off.
So by the way, I'm team Heloise's uncle. All right, she probably was 13 or something. This was the 12th century. I think he got married when you were 1.
Right.
And the fact that he castrated him, that guy was a bad motherfucker, is all I gotta say. And this guy lived the rest of his life in a monastery, then wrote a book about how much of a shithead he is, about himself. Talk about fucking... Dude, how do you live after getting your nuts and dick cut off in the fucking 12th century? They have no antibiotics or anything back then.
Live like a woman.
No, but I'm saying, how do you live... how do you make it through, the bleeding out and, the fucking... Like,
12th century, what's around then?
yeah, not much.
Not
Like, I don't
Advil.
even think they glue or anything. Like, I had nothing that back
I haven't
then.
figured it out yet.
Yeah, like, where they just pour like lemon.
Where's
on
the
you?
24/7 Walgreens?
Anyways, I found that to be hilarious because I thought to myself, like, who the fuck like was doing this list has people like Mel Gibson on it. And they're like, this guy should be on this list too.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I wouldn't feel right if we don't talk about this guy.
Okay, go ahead.
And we already mentioned him earlier, O.J. Simpson.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this.
So
It is a layup, but it's probably one of the most epic fall from graces of all time.
I mean, Heisman winner,
Yep. The Juice.
the Juice,
The Juice. Comedy movie star.
comedy movie star, murderer.
Well known all around nice guy that was what people thought of him.
Yeah. Kind of did a 180. Just turned into a murderer and then when acquitted, fucked it up again.
Yeah, stole all his like shit back from some guy.
Fucked it up again. Like Johnny Cochran gave you a fucking alley-oop. And what did you do? You took it and shot it in the other basket.
Dude, first of all, and like, what was his lawyer and friend was Kardashian, right?
Yeah.
That family, is that just a family of like demons? Like the world was like, hey, you know what? We got a lot of good people out here. We need some demons. Like, let's make the Kardashians. Mother pimps out Ray J and her
They're
for the
not,
fucking money.
yeah, but
Anyways,
I
Kardashian.
gotta be honest, I'd probably bang like 83% of them. Great looking family.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. A red-blooded male has a cracked stick to that woman. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fact.
Just a great looking family.
Yeah, I mean, you know about the women.
Everyone, but here's the thing though. Everyone thinks, I'm gonna forget her name now. Oh, the one that everyone thinks it's OJ's daughter.
Chloe?
It is Chloe.
I
yeah.
think so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's bad, dude.
Yeah.
She's bad.
Anyways, go back to OJ. Go back to the Jews.
Oh, no, that was still OJ.
I thought that it was amazing, and I can't remember the exact reference, but he was always on Twitter and shit and Instagram.
Yeah.
And like somebody did something bad. Maybe it was like Weinstein or somebody. He checks in. He's like, yeah, this guy should be like to go away. It's like, dude, you can't do this. You can't walk around acting like you didn't do it because everybody knows you fucking did it.
Didn't he put a book out saying, "What if I
we
did
talked about
it?"
this a couple weeks ago. It's like, what if I did it? Like that was the
What
name
do
of it.
why would we? Why?
Dude, I know we have actually covered this before, but it's so funny that like I remember I used to listen to Stern all the time, and like when OJ like put this thing, I was like, if anybody could help me find who the killer is, like I'll give him 50 grand, and Stern's like, I could help you. He's like, it's you. It was fucking you. Like you fucking did it. Like it's absolutely insane, dude.
Everyone wasn't.
Imagine, God, could you? I think about this shit all the time because like, you know, like in
Wasn't
our,
like his-
in our society, it's funny.
No, but like, wasn't like his son like a suspect?
I think so. Yeah. Because that was, but I think he tried to
why-
make him a suspect.
But why did it stop? It just stopped.
What his son, I think because he didn't do it. I think his OJ did it.
No, but like, there's like a huge. All right, I probably should have.
Alex Jones conspiracy.
I think that yeah, maybe that's why it stopped because Alex Jones in the can right now.
Yeah.
No, but like, there was a huge like, massive like his son did it and OJ's helping it out, but then the glove shit, and then the racist ass cop
Yeah.
like put a halt to it.
Wasn't that his name? Mark Furman?
He was
He's not a good guy.
Not a good guy.
No, he didn't
fraud
help.
list.
Yeah,
Fraud list.
Did not help the families of the Goldmans or the
Yeah.
whatever they're called.
He should have never been on that case, dude.
Dude, and you know, like I was gonna say, like it's all, you know,
Mark
it is
Furman,
like
loser.
when you're not connected to something at all. There's humor in these things. I mean, like that's kind of how you process these things. It's like whatever, but it's like
that,
like,
if you
think about,
don't
like,
laugh, if you don't laugh at a wake, get out of my face.
yeah, exactly. Now, like, but I can see if you like Ron Goldman, it's like, dude, like, and you just watch this guy just cruising around. Like, how crazy you have to be, like, that you killed a person,
Right.
Killed two people,
Yeah.
and like you're just like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't do that for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna stick to that shit. I am such a fucking Irish guilty conscience. Like,
Yeah.
when I walk through a Walgreens, like, and I go through the detectives, I shit my pants. I'm like, did I steal something already? Like,
Why is that going off?
Yeah, what's
Sir,
going
just
on?
your belt buckle.
Yeah, by the way, that's the biggest fraud in the world. That every time you walk out of Home Depot, one of those places, it goes off, and then you just go, oh, just go ahead.
Yeah, again.
Like,
Go for it.
Like, okay, I could just steal shit out
All
of
this lumber, no problem.
Yeah,
that's
not a big
all
deal.
right.
Yeah.
Building a house.
Yeah, he
Like,
is an absolute fucking fraud. Absolute fucking fraud. Like, how does he like live? Like, how does he have money?
I don't have the answer for that, but like, I don't know. I've seen every documentary on O.J. Simpson,
Yeah.
and the guy had the world by the balls since like birth, and like even like when he was like a teenager, like he grew up in like the San Fran projects or
Yeah.
whatever it was, and like even then he still had a pretty decent life, and then he was an unbelievable athlete,
Yep.
put Buffalo on the map.
Yep.
Fuck USC. I will never give them credit ever in my life. But he did that, and then like he turned into an actor.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's like when
That's what I really knew him.
That's
from.
when I met him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then my mother was like, "No, he was like unbelievable in sport and like football."
Yeah.
And I think it was track too. He was good at track. Was that the other one?
Oh, yeah, I think he was just like, I think he was like a great runner too.
But then like you watch all the shit, and I know it's real because it was on every documentary ever. But like he was like whitewashed, as they call it, right?
Yep.
And he just was like, yeah, I'm like, I like want to hang out with like, the tennis players.
Yeah.
And Johnny Cochran was like, listen, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to put your fist up and you're going to love fucking Larry Hoover and fucking, like, you're going to be a black guy for one time in your life. And he won. Won. He won.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. So he's on the streets now. He's
Hanging out.
just like and giving his
And
opinions.
then, no. So then he was out, right? Because the fucking retard attorney that went to school for 47 years put a glove on the guy,
Yep.
right? The girl with the bad hair.
Yeah.
And then the fucking donkey goes out and tries to steal his my merchandise. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go steal
yeah.
it back.
It was in Vegas. I think it happened.
Half a retard.
You know, it's.
Not even a full half a retard.
I know, dude. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating to me. Now, here's more of a fun fall from grace. Because the crime is significantly less intense. Pee Wee Herman. All right.
Cracking
Let me give you my background with Pee Wee Herman, and it doesn't involve sitting next to him in a movie theater. When I was a kid, before Pee Wee's Playhouse came out, before his movie came out,
Yeah.
he did a special on Comedy Central. It was a stand up with a set and everything that looked like Pee Wee's Playhouse. But it was like kind of like dirty. Like it was a lot of like dirty. Like Phil Hartman from fucking SNL's in it.
Yeah.
Like there's like a bunch of like a couple famous
Phil
comedians in
Hartman
it.
should still be alive, by the way.
Fucking killed by his wife.
Fuck her.
Anyways,
Women, frauds.
It was like a little more edgy than like Pee Wee, whatever, the stuff to come up. Then obviously comes out with the movie, Pee Wee's Playhouse. I was a big time, thought the guy was fucking hilarious. I still watch Pee Wee's Playhouse with the kids, and it's fucking, not the show, was it Big Top? Or, that was the second one. Whatever the first one was, the Tim Burton one. I watched that movie a bunch of times. That movie still fucking plays. Yep. Now, he gets caught cracking stick in a movie theater, in an adult movie theater, right? And
no chance he was the first one ever.
Here's my point, dude. Like, who the fuck is like? That's what people go to
If
do.
me and you were in there,
Yeah,
no one would give a fuck.
of course they wouldn't give a fuck.
So they mentioned him, and this is like, that was before like internet.
Yeah,
So like that was massive news.
huge news. And he looked totally different. He had like longish
Long
hair.
hair,
He looked
yeah.
bad. He looked bad.
He looked like how Johnny Depp looked in Blow.
Exactly. Now,
And
like
he was in that movie.
in reference, like now looking back, like, and obviously, I think the whole thing was that he's the juxtaposition of him being a kid star and then being like beaten off in a movie theater.
Yeah, but
whatever.
the minute you go to a movie theater like that, like, aren't all bets off?
That's what you're there to do, I think. I mean, I've never had the luxury of being in one of these theaters, and I don't think they even exist anymore because now you just have the internet.
Right.
That guy never gets caught now. He just cracks stick to the internet all the time. You know what I mean? Like, he's not getting caught like in a real movie theater.
Exactly.
And so, anyways, but like as opposed to like, for example, like who else? I just had it on my head, but like pun intended. Anyways, that crime is so fucking minuscule. You know what I mean? He was in Blow, but what else was he in? Sally Riesling was in something good too.
He's definitely watching. I mean, he's doing movies again. I just don't remember what the fuck it is.
But anyways, you look back on that and I'm like, all right, yeah, the guy fucking jacked off in a movie theater they had to be jacked off in.
Right.
Like that's the whole reason that movie theater is there, so that dudes can jack off in it.
So here's my thing, right? So you probably have no fucking idea what this is, but like a lot of people who do listen to this. Right now, there's a guy out there named Blippi.
I don't know that.
Okay.
That sounds like a video game my kid plays.
Let me tell you something about this fucking freak. All right. So he's on YouTube. All right. He's a average guy. He's not Pee Wee Herman had Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
It was a set.
Yeah.
This fucking bag of dog shit.
Oh, I do know what this is.
He goes to a fucking park.
Yeah.
And he's got like a crazy wacky head and hat and glasses. He's in a park, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, "This is for kids." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of the neighborhood." That guy. Fuck him. Pee Wee had a set.
Well, but you know the whole backstory of this Blippi guy, right?
No, don't care. I'm done with him.
Oh, I guess you're not gonna like what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
Wait, does he make this list right now?
No, he's not. Well, his whole thing is that he used to try to be before he was a kid star on YouTube. He was trying to be like a Jackass style guy. So he used to make videos of him like shitting in like fucking
that's
like
good.
in like a cake pan shit like that.
Really?
Like that. So he's like he has all this like backstory that's all like fucking sorted, and he's just a fucking opportunist. He's not like a real children's guy. He was like trying to be famous different ways. And like this is the thing that caught on.
Fraud, number one.
Total fraud, dude.
Fraud.
You know what? I forget where I heard this, but yeah, that's true. The guy's name's Blippi. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
But he's beyond
But
creepy.
you can find these videos. Like it's still.
He's
out there.
so creepy, dude. Like Pee Wee Herman, like had like a suit. He was 100 pounds soaking wet with a fucking bow tie.
Yeah.
This guy is in your fucking neighborhoods where there's a curvy slide. And he's like, "Oh, motherfucker, get the fuck away from me." No one hired him. He has some person with a he has one of these. He has a stand just by himself.
See, you know what happens? Sorry, there's two different things that can happen for the fall from grace, in my opinion. Well, there's a few. One is the ultimate crime, like, you get the Weinstein, you get the fucking OJ, right? One is the soft crime, you get like the fucking, crack and stick in the movie theater thing. But the worst, the one that sucks kind of the hardest is like when you come out, you're a big star, right? People like but you get played out.
This just popped in my head. Yeah.
Nickelback. Like Nickelback, these poor bastards.
Can I bounce one right back at you?
Yes.
William Hung.
Oh.
She bang.
Oh,
She
yeah,
bang.
yeah. Yes. I've gone with that guy. Or the Chocolate Rain guy. Know that guy?
Chocolate rain. Yeah. They made money. Now you can go on that app and have them fucking say happy birthday to you for like $25.
Yeah, or Cameo.
Cameo.
I have to say this too. Like a guy like Nickelback, like I'm not gonna feel bad for them. They're still fucking loaded out of their minds. They're probably richer than most every band I like. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They had huge hits, right? But they have but here's where I will not forgive them. They have awful lines in their songs. Like, we're gonna do an episode that you came up with. Look at this one. He's like, "What the hell is on Billy's head?" And I'm like, "What?" Like,
when I told you about like terrible lyrics.
yeah, terrible lyrics. That is like an absolutely horrible fucking line. Now, that said, I do feel bad for like bands like that where it happens like they get overexposed and it's like all of a sudden it's like people just hate their guts.
Yeah.
Like dude, they are like a long-standing like fucking
Creed.
Creed is right there with them.
Yeah.
Now, fuck that guy. I hate Creed.
Not a Creed guy.
Dude, I hate that guy. I hate his fucking voice.
You ever see the video when I'm sure you have, when they were at like the Cowboys game?
I don't remember it.
Dude, it was like I don't know if it definitely wasn't a Monday night game. It was like a Wednesday or a Thursday night game. And they had a whole fucking like halftime show. It's hilarious.
We're
gonna like.
I will watch after
We
this.
do have a thing that we do after this.
Yeah.
We're watching that number one.
I will subscribe to this thing. Like, I remember this around that time. A guy who I like his music, he'd said something that like he's like, let's put it this way, like what you read, what you listen to is just like what you put in your body. It's like if you eat shitty food, you're gonna be a fat shit. Yeah. He's like, if you listen to shitty fucking music and stuff, your brain's gonna be shit. And then that's why I was like, I'll just checked out on fucking everything.
I want to be on record. I don't hate Nickelback.
Oh, I think they have a couple songs that are
They
good.
they got fucking shafted by the internet.
They got murdered. Absolutely murdered.
Murdered. I like them.
That Rockstar song? I don't hate that song.
No, there's
Although there's a couple of them, he goes, get a quesadilla. I'm like, dude, you do not have to put that in the song. It's horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible.
listen, not everything can be home runs. You
No,
know what I mean?
hey, listen. I mean, like I said,
I
they're
think
fucking rich.
Nickelback got shafted, and they're like Bill Buckner.
You're a
dude.
Nickelback. You're a Nickelback truther.
No, they're Bill Buckner. All right, Bill Buckner did not lose that game. Correct?
I agree. Yes, that's a fact.
He
You're
didn't
right.
lose the fucking
Yes.
game.
Yes.
Bill Buckner. I mean, Nickelback did not fucking lose that. They're in a genre of shitty bands.
Yeah.
Nickelback isn't the number one shitty band.
No, I agree. There's way worse bands than that.
Way worse
I think
bands.
that are fucking horrible. Okay, let me give you a non-person fraud. Now, I want to qualify this because I know that we got a lot of people who listen to this, like a man like my boy John Costello, who is a Irish Catholic to the core,
Federal employee.
federal employee. Love that guy. The Rooster. Listen to Cave Radio. Listen to his show. If you like rebel music. That said, and I'm not trying to judge here because he gave me a little chin music once because this is touching the third rail with our listenership. Catholic Church. I mean, talk about a fall from grace. I mean, literally a fall from grace.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, their image is tarnished. It is
Now,
attendance is down.
now you're saying this as a parent who may or may not have a child in a Catholic school.
This is a fact. My daughter goes to a Catholic school.
Yeah.
Yes.
And couldn't be more right.
Yes. Yes. And let me just say that if we're going to try to figure out how to make history not repeat itself, like, great line somebody said to me once, like, problems like mushrooms. If you keep them in the dark, they just keep growing. It's true. And that's what they tried to fucking do with that shit, dude. And that shit did not fucking work.
One of our earlier episodes, you had me watch the movie Spotlight.
That was when I think John Costello gave me some music. Anyways, I'm not going to go too far into it, but I'm just going to say the ultimate definition of the fall from grace pretty much is that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Wings clipped. Wings fucking clipped.
Maybe that's why Notre Dame Catholic
Dude, just
institution.
let
Notre
the
Dame
priest-
Catholic institution. Maybe that's why we're not fucking winning.
Let the priests have wives. Like, solve the problem right there. I think we solve a problem right
That's
there.
it.
Okay, I'm going to move on from that. You got one more?
Sure.
Because I got a couple more.
Here's what I found out.
What?
You know Nick Cage is dead broke?
Oh, is that why he's making like a fucking direct-to-DVD movies all the time?
Dude, so when you told me what we were doing today,
Yeah.
first thing I looked at was like celebrities that are like
That are broke.
not having a good time right now.
Yeah.
Nick Cage is number one across
I think
the
this has
board.
I think his financial problems have been going for a long ass time.
So like, I don't know if, no, it was probably right around this time we started this podcast, right? I went to Newport,
Yep.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
He has a place down there.
Yeah.
So like, my buddy was like, go see like where it's about, because Newport's loaded.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't get around to seeing like the mansions and all that shit.
Yep.
I was fine with it. Great time. But Nick Cage has a place in Newport, Rhode Island, and not in like Beverly Hills. Like drove me crazy. And I was like, why? Now I know why.
Well,
like,
he had,
Newport,
like-
Rhode Island's a millionaire place, but like you're a millionaire like times 100. Every time Gone in 6 Seconds is on Con Air, I watch it.
I'm in. I love Nick Cage. I'm a Nick Cage guy.
Nick Cage guy.
Yeah. He had owned like castles. He owned like dinosaur fucking fossils. He
Didn't work-
spent
didn't-
money like
Didn't
dude,
work out for him.
He was going to check cashing places and like doing like just spending it faster.
Bell
than you could
Circle in
yeah,
Revere?
exactly. Like faster than you could, like right next to Encore, just like getting his checks cashed. But I love Nick Cage, and I think he's one of those guys that like
The poor guy, dude. Like everyone shits on him for his acting, which it's not the best.
his
but it's-
acting's good, dude. He's
Yeah,
been in some
right.
good movies.
It's all right, but he's in. Dude, if National Treasure is on, I'm not turning it off.
Dude, I'm a National Treasure guy. The movie that I love the most is what's the name of it? I'll think of it. He plays himself and his twin brother, and it's called Adaptation. It's a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah. Of course.
And I read the real book. That whole thing blows my mind. Anyways, Adaptation, the movie, is an adaptation of a book that the guy who would adapt the movie couldn't figure out how to do it. So he had to turn a really kind of regular book which is a true story, into a crime caper. So like, and then he just turned it in, and like they were like, yeah, this is brilliant. Like, so it's really not the true story.
Yeah.
Anyways, the book's great too. But
Nick Cage is like $33, so like Venmo him when you can.
cash app him, dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some bachelorette party
Or
drinks.
buy his ticket to the Halloween party on October 28th.
Or go as Nick Cage.
Go goes Nick Cage.
Dude, if I had
any one of those movies.
like as I've said, it fall from grace, my body. If I had the body to do it, I'd be going as Nick Cage and Con Air. All ripped, dude. He's on like some serious.
I told you I was going to get this picture back. Remember that?
All right, fall from grace. This really isn't a fall from grace, but something that's kind of like,
How about Notre Dame? Since
Yeah.
we're fucking just shitting on me.
yeah. I mean, that's like I said that's a fall from grace. Tapes. When I talk about tapes, I'm talking about music tapes. Okay, now I am as well documented. I know we got like 2 age groups that listen to the show. We got the Gilly age, which is like the 35-year-old guys,
Yeah.
and we get the 45-year-old guys my age, right? When I was a kid, tapes were the shit, right? I mean, music tapes. Like you bought them at the store, you bought them at Strawberries, and then
Sam Goody.
you would get your Maxwell blanks, right? And that's where you would make a girl a mixtape if you wanted to. Like, making a girl a mixtape, like, now what do? You send her a Spotify playlist? Who gives a fuck, okay?
I don't
This
even
was
know if you do that.
handcrafted fucking shit, all right? That you were like, what is the best way for me to get
How does
fucking-
she like me?
Yeah, how
Yeah.
much does this girl like me? Can I put this song on here? Am I putting Lionel Richie on here now? Am I putting this on here right now? Am I doing this? That's what I'm talking about. Back in the day, making tapes. Now, I can tell you right now that I often think to myself, like you talked about this before the show. I shell out money to my kids. Like, I feel like I'm Nick. That's why I'm gonna end up like Nick Cage, because I'm like fucking spending. They're buying dinosaur fossils in there, like these kids. I don't know what they're doing with the money. But back when I was a kid, my parents were more frugal than I am, and you just couldn't order shit on Amazon all the time. So, like, for example, when I wanted to get Fife Your Right to Party by the Beastie Boys on fucking tape, and when I tell you I wanted that to get that on tape, like, I was having it. It was happening.
Right.
I had a double cassette player. I had to sit by the fucking radio and wait
And
for it
wait.
to come on.
And fucking hit
and
record
bang,
and play.
And fucking record that shit.
Come on, baby.
And then I would be, and
I'm
by the way,
35. I'm not fucking 19. I know what I had to do.
and when you ran out of Maxwell tapes, right? When you ran out of the ones that you could record on, you had to get like whatever you hated, whatever the tape was that you owned that you thought was dog shit.
Re-record right over it.
And then you take the tape and you put it over the sides, and that way you can record over it.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about like I was such a tape guy. Love fucking tapes, dude, and loved being able to be like, oh, like even when I got into like bands, like that's how they traded live shows, was all on tapes. So it was like everything I had. Dude, I had my godfather, who was a huge music guy, had like the mounted tape cassette holders all over his living room.
It's awesome.
I was like just like pulling out like fucking Jefferson
awesome.
Airplane.
It's awesome.
And fucking Bob Seger and
How-
like, oh.
How about the movie? I'm sure you've seen it, because if you haven't, we wouldn't be doing this fucking podcast. The movie Airheads.
Yeah, of course. Steve Buscemi.
Dude,
Great.
unbelievable. How about when, like, remember when they bring it to the fucking, the whole base of the movie comes down to a girl again,
Yeah.
fucking shit up.
Of course.
Dog's pissing all over it because she threw it out the fucking car.
Yeah.
That's real life.
Yeah.
Girls suck. Although we have great girl listeners.
We have unbelievable girl listeners. We got our first female corker
Last week.
yeah, call in. Dude, we've moved a lot of tickets to female listenership, by the way.
Listen, if you're single, male,
Yep. This is a good party to go to.
this is the party to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're married and you go by yourself, this could be the party that gets you divorced. All right? If you're looking to get divorced, this could be the one to get it done for you.
Listen, I just, we have a good fucking following, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
We have a good group of fucking awesome people.
Let me tell you something. Every Sunday night we do this, or mostly every Sunday night. It
Yeah.
might be another night or whatever, but every Monday morning, Brendan texts me and he goes, here's the numbers.
Yep.
Last week's numbers were
The best they've ever been. Not even close.
through the roof.
Through the roof. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. You guys are spreading the word. I like that.
Through the roof.
Yeah. And that's going to keep, by the way, that's going to keep going on.
That's going to get my dick
And
bigger.
like I said, we had on, numbers were through the roof. We had on 2 of our buddies who just like to drink beers and talk shit.
Yeah, it was just it was a great time.
And like those are the type of people. Like people are like, oh, well, you ever gonna get like comedians on or anything? Like, I don't know any comedians.
Fuck you, we are comedians.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I know guys who are funny.
If you're listening to us right now, we're not here to fucking preach the good word. We're here to
No.
fucking make you laugh.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna be back next week, one way or the other. Like I said, we have a big show coming up that might get paused for a week or two just because of timing on some things. But I am working on it. I'm working through the fucking issues. It's gonna happen.
That's gonna be a fun one.
It's gonna be a great one. We got some good stuff planned for November.
Yep.
So I think we gotta do like you said, we gotta do the enemy show, right?
I'm coming for fucking Medford's next.
I do want to have. Speaking of enemies, I want to have our buddy Paul Gentile on, and the name of that is going to be in enemy territory. Maybe he'll be on the one with the Medford one because he's been living in Patriot country for the last 12 years and a huge Chiefs fan.
Listen, I want to be very, very clear. When you live in a place like Kansas City, you have nothing else. Like we have like stuff to look at.
Culture.
We have stuff to look at. People to talk to. If
Topsfield's fan.
Yeah. I have no idea what happens in Kansas City besides like smokers and the Kansas City Chiefs. No idea.
We'll find out. We're
so
gonna
maybe
find
he
out.
can, I don't know, teach me a thing or two. I have no idea.
We're gonna enlighten it. I can finally get him to actually tell the barbecue pizza story that I told that time. But yeah, so we got one more show until the party.
So listen, tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your side pieces, tell your fucking neighbors, tell your priests, tell the people that we all talk, tell Jeffrey Epstein, tell everybody.
Yeah.
OJ.
I told the guy in the woods with the mask on today. I yelled
Everybody.
after him.
Said, where are you going to be on the 28th?
You got a breakdancing outfit?
And he just started breakdancing.
Yeah, and he ran. And then he ran away. All right, we will be back next week. And I think if you have any soul and you listen to this show, first of all, two things.
You'll send me money or a fucking bouquet of flowers for my loss last night.
I gotta give
Stanford.
I gotta give a quick shout out.
Please.
My boy Scotty Moe runs Ipswich Bay Cornwall, listens to the show. He fucking donated $100
Oh, what a guy.
because he can't go to the thing. So, and it's all going. By the way, once again, it's all going to charity. Somebody could use the money.
Cheers.
Me and Danny are gonna lose money on this because we're brilliant. But anyways, we'll see you next week. And also leave a voicemail. By the way, if you are one of those people who says to me all the time, "When am I going to be on the show?" You can be on the show next week. You're just going to leave a voicemail.
Right.
The only thing we missed this week was Don't Jump Town.
I know.
Adam Jump Town. I know he's working all day today.
Do you think he's going to be at the party?
Dude, I talked about Jump Town with my buddy Danny Bacon for 20 minutes last night. He was talking about the hockey story. Jump Town is a crowd favorite.
He should be like a handsome brother.
Yeah. He looks like a handsome brother.
I know.
He looks like a handsome
He
brother.
should be a handsome brother.
All right, enjoy. Hey, be good this week. No crack and stick in any movie theaters. Bye.